Myself, Mr. Harish Babu. I have been associated with Vitos Wellness Private Limited from past 6 months, and my present achievement is Bronze Director. It is very fortunate for all of us to have Dr. Chala Kumaraswamy as the head of Medical and Scientific Advisory Board in Vitos Wellness Private Limited. To say in one word, Dr. Chala Kumaraswamy is an ocean of knowledge. Now let's see the video presentation of Dr. Chala Kumaraswamy on the topic role of insulin and fasting on weight management in diabetic patients. Over to Dr. Chala Kumaraswamy.
New versions have come, but the clear understanding about the weight management is mandatory to achieve good results. So we are here to educate you all, and I'm happy to see all Vivitos family members. And it's now today being the one of the important day regarding the weight management topic. It's going to be an elaborate. It's not going to be a very short one. So try to understand the basic concept behind our body makeup, which I'm going to discuss in few more minutes. So coming back to the highlight of the day regarding the COVID-19, the plenty of developments happening across the country, and I have already disclosed you regarding this. More of healthcare professionals are getting affected, getting infected, and the infection rate is on rise. I have already told you. Once the recently for past about 1 week, the South Indian environment temperature is a bit on the higher side. So we are supposed to have a reduced incidence, but still the governments have a freedom. They say within the state you are free to move everywhere. That's a big I feel it's not a right thing. We need to weigh between the livelihood as well as the life. And here, as a medical professional, as a doctor, my suggestion is I weigh more for life rather than for the livelihood. So, but government is on the economic side. They need to bother about their citizens, and they have opened up educating the masses, saying you take care of yourself, properly maintain your social distancing, properly maintain your sanitizations, and all those things. But still, people are not, as of now, what I am seeing outside is that people are not in the mindset to content themselves, and they're getting infected. Many of my friends, close friends, have got infected last week in Chennai and Coimbatore and other metros, where the incidence is on a very high rise. And don't take it lightly. As the temperature drops, the environment temperature drops, there will be a rise in incidence of COVID-19 across the country. And we are just stepping into the big, pandemic, real pandemic. So safeguard ourselves. And I have already educated you about how to do that. And with the help of Virun also, we can protect ourselves with prophylactic doses, and all other measures whichever I have told you already. Just maintain that. See, apart from that, vaccines are on the way, but still there are plenty of things need to be settled before vaccines are entering our country, or vaccines enter the society in large. To get it confirmed, it will save our life. So it's going to take a long time. So ideally, now, as of now, we have Virun in hand. The Vivitos family members, you be safe and maintain the proper dosing, to make sure you are safeguarded. The life is guarded against COVID-19. So coming back to the topic, fasting and insulin. I will start with the body metabolism. You might have already heard few things, tips and bits from my previous orations, but today the topic will be focused on the whole body metabolism. I told you about fasting and the insulin. Both are very closely linked. And people may think insulin is in the different pattern, different thing, and the fasting is different. But both are very, very interlinked, very much closely linked. and this is helping us to put on weight, or this both these things help us to reduce weight also. And very, very important, these two factors, the fasting as well as insulin, is important in weight management. We have seen plenty of people, varieties of ideas, varieties of concepts behind fasting. There are plenty of, say, since our ancestral days, since our early days, the fasting has been a tradition religiously as well as by, say, habitat-wise. Fasting has been a very good thing, which has prevented a lot of complications in human bodies. And we all understand. I always say, while maintaining, focusing on the weight management, 2572 formula. Yes, of course, that's for the people who are in the obese category, and they need to maintain their food timings to make sure the insulin levels are very well in control. There is a reason. There is a reason, very scientific reason why I say that 2572 formula. But regarding the fasting, those who are very normal, very say hale and healthy, and not in any of the metabolic disorders already. So there comes the importance of the fasting. If what is fasting? Anything, say even every day, for the matter of sake, every day we fast. All human beings fast, and we break the fast in the morning. Say, you hope you understood the concept of fasting. Say, night time we have our dinner by around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You might have your dinner by around 10 o'clock or even 11 o'clock, depending on your workload and work schedules. When you come back home, have your late dinners and go to bed. And after that, say you leave about 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. Say somebody who is going to bed by around 10 o'clock would have completed his dinner by 9:30, and till next day morning 9:30, almost 12 hours you're fasting practically. So in spite you are sleeping, in spite you are having your morning chores and all, say almost 12 hours to 14 hours you are fasting. And that is very, very important for human metabolism, human body's health, and the fitness, highest level of fitness level. And when the body metabolism, it breaks down, it can't handle the say fasting, then we are prone for the diabetes or something like that, any other metabolic disorders, say dyslipidemia, or say hyperglycemia, all these things. When the framework, this breaks down because of the higher insulin secretion or insulin resistance, or because of the mistakes we do in our daily life, and as well as because of the oxidative stress for each and every cells. So what is here? First thing, I will just explain you about the say how food we take, what happens inside, and what is that which is promoting our body growth. Say, you all know the macronutrients, the carbohydrates makes the biggest junk and the biggest proportion ratio, and the second is the protein, and third is the fat. And by default, our environmentally, we generally take more carbohydrates, whether it's complex carbohydrates or it's simple carbohydrates, simple sucrose or fructose, fruits or juices or whatever it may be. So major part of our diet is made up of carbohydrates. This carbohydrate is the maybe I have told already, I don't know, I forgot, the one of the most potent stimulus for insulin secretion is not the insulin injection or not the tablets, not the medications, but simple sugar. Once you consume a simple sugar or a glucose, it is the most potent medicine, or most potent in the whole world. It can stimulate secretion of insulin in our beta cells, isolates of Langerhans inside the pancreas, than anything else. It is the most potent stimulator of insulin secretion. So once you take carbohydrate, there is a, by once it gets into the stomach, halfway it is broken in the mouth with the say enzymes which are secreted in saliva. The complex carbohydrates are broken into intermediate complex carbohydrates. Once it gets into the stomach, there the hydrochloric acid makes the even further degradation or breaking down of the complex carbohydrates into simpler forms. So by there, from there, it becomes a chyme-like thing or a jelly-like thing inside the stomach. So where it will be a simple carbohydrate, it enters the duodenum. So duodenum, where it senses the from there, the absorption starts. The simple carbohydrates gets absorbed into the portal circulation, which means the circulation which is entering into the liver. Then the body senses. So we got the sugar. Immediately it is conveyed to the brain, and the brain makes the islets of Langerhans, the insulin secreting cells inside the pancreatic say gland, to secrete the insulin. So what happens? Adequate sugar comes into the body. Immediately the body senses, and to combat the excess or production of high carbohydrate, the insulin is secreted, and so that the range of 80 milligrams per deciliter in our blood sugar till about 120 or 140 milligrams per deciliter is maintained in a perfect compactly. It does not breaks the range. Say 80 to 140 is the normal range milligrams per deciliter of blood sugar, and if it is breaking up or breaking down, then we are becoming prone to diabetes mellitus. So what happens here? Generally, by around 40 years, till about 40 years, till about 30 years, or a person who is a type 1 diabetes, maybe till about 5-6 years or even 10 years, till that time their system is in a perfect control of the carbohydrate metabolism. The insulin, once we take carbohydrate, body senses it properly and secretes the insulin. And if it is not happening properly, say we are having a rampant food, sudden gush of simple carbohydrate into our system, like pastas, pizzas, burgers, or breads, maidas, anything made of maidas, any plain sugar, high sweet fruits, something like sweets, something those things, even the carbonated drinks, all these things suddenly increases the insulin secretion. This, when happening, it's going to happen repeatedly. The insulin secreting cells become uncontrolled. Say they start secreting more insulin, and that are but what happens, because of increased carbohydrate intake, the muscle cells become resistant for the insulin secreted in our body. So there will be a very high insulin level in the blood, but it is of no use. It can't function inside the system. So this makes the body to say what happens, the blood sugar level starts rising, because the insulin is not attached to the receptors properly. It will be just roaming around in the blood level, inside the blood itself, but it will not be able to open the lock which is in each and every muscle cells, so that the glucose is taken into the muscle cells. So here the resistant insulin is become resistant, whichever is secreted in the body on repeated high intake of carbohydrates. So this is what we call it as type 2 diabetes. When there is a reduction, or then there is a loss of insulin secreting cells in the pancreatic islets, then we call it as type 1 diabetes. It's because of the say autoimmune response or any other problem. But type 2 is basically because of the improper lifestyle. You all know about it also. So these are the two categories where the insulin plays a role in reducing the controlling the carbohydrates. So for what it is reducing it? The question becomes, say, complex carbohydrates inside. When we take it in, it's broken into intermediate complex carbohydrates. Once into the stomach, it is made into a simple carbohydrates. Once into the duodenum, or the second part of the small intestine, it is absorbed into the bloodstream, into the portal circulation, to make sure the blood sugar level rises. So this is the whole say mechanism. And what happens? The insulin raises to make sure it controls the carbohydrate level, sugar levels. So what it does actually, the insulin, I have told you already, insulin is basically a growth hormone. It is for making the cells to grow. So it is a growth hormone. It is not that it once you inject the insulin from outside, it goes and reduces the blood sugar. No, it's not that. It goes into the cells, opens the say major channels inside the cells, so that it absorbs the glucose which are roaming around in the blood column, and it is utilized for metabolism. It is utilized for the growth of each and every cell. So insulin is basically something like a key opening the gate of the insulin, so to make sure say glucose is entering into the cells, skeletal muscles or the cardiac muscles or any other muscles, and making it utilized for the growth of the cells. This is what is the actual mechanism of the insulin. And one second. So in this way, what happens? The blood sugar level gradually reduces just because of carbohydrates are being utilized in our body. When this is not happening because of the resistant insulin say revolving around or moving around in our blood column, and the blood sugar level rises inside the body, and it causes the shrinking or weight loss happening in the people who are having uncontrolled diabetes. So this is one category. So second, I'm going to talk about what happens in fasting. Say, whenever we take food, I told you it's a macronutrients, carbohydrate, protein, and fat, and the micronutrients, the vitamins, minerals, and the trace elements, all other things comes under the micronutrients. The macronutrients component takes care of the body's growth with the help of the micronutrients. Micronutrients are mandatory. Excuse me. Okay, sorry. So the macronutrients are the major thing which controls the hormonal balance inside the body. The micronutrients, the trace elements, it does not control the hormones or hormonal makeup of the body, but it helps as a catalyst. It helps as the say something like a which helps in the growth or the metabolism. So here I'm say hope you understood about the whole concept of insulin and the carbohydrate. So what happens in normal food, whenever we are eating, binge eating, say in people who are having breakfast heavily, skipping their lunch and having their late lunches, these are the places where after a sudden untimely food, the high gush of carbohydrate happens into our bloodstream, blood sugar level raises, and the insulin resistance happens, and this leads to in the initial days it leads to increase in insulin secretion, leads to overgrowth of the cells and causes obesity or overweight. And this is the say repeatedly I used to say untimely food habit is the reason. So this causes but once it becomes resistant and the blood sugar levels are too high, then say uncontrolled diabetes is there, the cells are deprived of insulin because it is resistant. The key is unable to open the lock for the each and every cells. So blood sugar cannot get insulin into the cells. So it becomes derived of carbohydrates, sugars. The cells becomes derived of sugars. So it starts shrink. So this is the major reason where plenty of people who are having uncontrolled diabetes, they lose their weight suddenly. Within about 2-3 months time, they would have been around 100 kilos, 120 kilos. Once they become diabetic, they suddenly come into say 60s and 70s. But the control of the blood sugar is broken. Once broken is broken lifelong. So what to do? How to tackle this situation, sir? I've been taking plenty of medicines. I have been trying plenty of things to control my weight, reduce my weight. I'm unable to do that. So once you understand the concept of carbohydrate, insulin, and the cell growth, you will be able to get an idea of how to reduce your body weight. So this is what is important here, the fasting. So fasting, what happens? Fasting makes our cells to starve, each and every individual cells to starve. So what we need to starve? Starve with the, we need to be very sensible in starving the cells only of carbohydrates, because insulin is the growth factor, and insulin causes the cell growth and causes the obesity or say overweight. So once we start once we want to reduce our weight, become fit, then we need to focus on only major issue is the macronutrient, and in there the carbohydrates. Once we start focusing on the carbohydrate, we need to fast for carbohydrate, not for the protein or the fat. Fat is always there. Fat is there. Once you take even a small quantity, total quantity fat, it will give you an excellent satiety. And even if you're going to take some pure protein, it's going to give you an adequate satiety because you need to chew. Most of the proteins are, it's not easily, we can't just take it directly. I'm talking about the raw proteins. I'm not talking talking about the processed proteins. So there are protein powders available. Even those things are helpful to reduce the craving for food. And the important component is that, say, more of high protein food with low carbs for continuously for quite a long period will load our kidneys with excess urea. So kidneys need to remove the waste from the protein. So what is the protein level required for our human body is approximately, say, if you are going to weigh around 90 kilos, then what the daily requirement is maximum of around 90 grams per day, the protein. That's all is adequate. And maximum, if at all you are healthy and young adult, around 30 years to 35 years or less than 40 years, then you can think of 1.5 grams of protein per kg body weight. Say that's somewhere maximum of around 135 grams protein per day. That's all. And beyond that, it's going to low kidneys and it's going to affect kidneys lifelong. Once the kidney, the nephrons are affected, it's affected for lifelong. It cannot regenerate. So in spite of oxidative stress, we have say oncoben or oncoben O2. Only if it is a halfway through, it can help to recover. But once the nephrons are dead, nothing can be done. The new nephrons will not form thereafter. So many of the people who lose their weight suddenly using high protein diet end up with renal failure. This is the major issue in India because foreign made products, weight management products most are protein shakes, protein based weight management product. This has created a innumerable number of, say, voluminous number of kidney failure patients in India. And they have dumped the products from the foreign countries, and this has led to such a major catastrophe here in India. So what else we need to do? We need to be sensible. How to be sensible? I told you, you need to be sensible in taking the quantity of protein within the limits. Say I told you 1.5 grams per kg body weight per day is more than adequate for protein intake. Fat, say approximately around 30% of your calories can be filled with fat once you are in the weight reduction program. And you need to reduce the carbohydrates drastically to less than about 20 to 30%. And overall, once you are obese, your body has excess fat in your system, and that can tide over say quite a long duration of time. I will tell you a small mechanism. Say if at all your height is around 170 centimeters, either male or female, and you are weighing around 100 kilos, you are approximately overweight by around 30 kilos. So 30 kilos you need to reduce. So in 30 kilos excess body weight, what are there? We all know our body is made up of more than about 70% is made of 60 to 70% of our body is made up of water. Same way, out of this 30 kilos, our major junk is made up of water also. So fluid retention will be there in obesity. Second component is the fat deposition, the adipose tissues around the tummy, in the omentum, inside the stomach, in the gluteal region, in the deltoid or the shoulders, and in the cheek also. The double chin will be there, most people, and in the breast part also, chest or breast part. These are the places where the fat is getting deposited normally. And once you are overweight, you have two components to be taken care. One is the salt. Fat always retains some salt and water with it. So out of the excess 30 kilos of body weight, you need to reduce approximately around 10 liters of fluid will be there. It can be a sodium chloride, it can be any other salts also will be there, and remaining will be fat. See, approximately around 20 kilos of fat, which equates to somewhere around into 9,000 kilocalories, which is 180,000 kilocalories per day. What we require for the whole day, 24 hours, is somewhere around 1,600 to 1,800 kilocalories per day, which means if you are 30 kilos overweight approximately, you can by I am talking theoretically, not practically. So you can have the source of energy from inside your body itself for next 100 days. Say per day 1,800 kilocalories for a normal male is required. And if you have excess calories of around 1,80,000 kilocalories in your body, so you can starve for about, literally, I'm talking theoretically only, not practically. So about 100 days without taking anything, you have energy, adequate reserves in your body for 100 days. So this is quite a massive thing. Say almost 1/3 of our year we need not even take food. That much energy is stored there in the body already. So but we need to be sensible. What sensible? So we need to cheat our body to make sure body utilizes the energy which is stored there inside as a fat. All the carbohydrates, whichever is in excess, the insulin does one more role by it also increases the cell metabolism. It allows the carbohydrate sugar into the cell to make it grow. Other component is that the insulin, in spite being a growth hormone, it initiates the lipogenesis. Lipogenesis is the fat generation inside our body by utilizing the carbohydrate. So insulin helps in increasing the body weight by increasing the cell size as well as the fat cell size also. It converts the carbohydrates into fat and stores it in the adipose tissue. So we need to cut short the carbohydrate to reduce the insulin secretion, cheat the body, and so that when the insulin levels are low in our body, it makes the body to cause a lipolysis process. The process is opposite actually. Lipogenesis, once it is happening, lipolysis cannot happen. Lysis is something breakdown. Lipogenesis is creating, making. So insulin helps in lipogenesis, but when the insulin levels are lower and the carbohydrate, which means carbohydrate levels are lower, body requires more energy, where it will automatically breaks the lipids present in our body. So the lipolysis process gets initiated within 48 hours to 72 hours of fasting. The lipogenesis starts, the lipolysis starts, and body starts utilizing the energy from the fat, not from the carbohydrates. Say practically, to understand, make you understand, I will tell you one thing. Say something like a petrol vehicle running on a petrol, that means carbohydrate. When there is no petrol, we can, for some people, add kerosene or some other hydrocarbons to make sure the vehicle to run. Say something like that. Say alternate fuel is there inside our body, that is the fat, and body starts running in the fat. But once you throw inside a small carbohydrate inside, this lipolysis, the process of fat getting breakdown for the energy, stops suddenly. So if you are fasting, it need to be say fasting can be an intermittent fasting. Say you can fast for whole about 16 hours a day or 12 hours a day, rotate 12 hours in a cycle, so that body is deprived of carbohydrate continuously, and this means insulin secretion drops down, and the lipolysis also gets initiated. The fats gets dissolved from our system. So taking food for about twice daily, it shouldn't be a binge eating, and that too twice daily food. It makes sure the protein levels are as advised, in the higher end, and fat can be a bit on the higher end, and you need to be on the negative calorie balance, so that whatever you are taking, say approximately around 1,000 kilocalories or 1,100 kilocalories is adequate. Remaining energy, the body takes it from our own body. It itself, when there is a deprivation of carbohydrate, automatically lipolysis starts, and the energy, we will not be in the trouble situation at all, for which there will be a say tiredness feeling, and all other weakness will all set in. But you need to be very sure. We Vivitos family members have excellent support systems with Viber and Viber Gold. As of now, Viber Gold, it's a 10th version, where we have done plenty of trials already, and it is the best product which can help support in spite of reducing the insulin secretion, It also helps in the lipolysis, promoting lipolysis, and each and even there are multiple other ways it acts to help to reduce our body weight. And here is the fasting. Fasting, how to fast? It can be a intermittent fasting. There are people who take once daily food, so plenty of food. The carbohydrates are dissolved. The carbohydrates are utilized within about next 2 to 3 hours time. Whatever it is getting stored in the liver glycogen or the muscle glycogen is utilized in next about 12 hours, and remaining the people will be starving for whole day. Say once daily food. There is an intermittent fasting. It's all only for a short duration of time. You can't do it for lifelong. It's a short duration of time where restrict your carbohydrate intake and take say 12 hours gap, 2 meals a day, 2 food a day, and remaining time adequately you can take adequate water and other simple things which will have very minimal calories that will help us to reduce weight faster. And what is the limit of reducing weight? Almost say every day can we reduce more weight? So medically we advise reduce weight about 4 to 6 kilos a month. That means 1 to 1.5 kilos per week is the right thing. To kickstart ourselves, say there are plenty of diets available in the market. It's free also. Say plenty of diet patterns. Simple, very simple and easy is that go for intermittent fasting, 2 meals per day, and make sure you restrict your carbohydrate. Maybe first 2-3 days will be a bit on the tougher side, but with the help of Viber Gold, you will be able to your stomach. You will be able to comfortably pass your say bowel, empty your bowel also. No constipation issues there. And Viber Gold is the only one of its product in the whole world in the weight management category to have zero protein. I repeat, zero protein. There is no product in the country or in the world which are claiming zero protein in weight management category, and our Viber is there to support you. And being Indians, we are fond of taking food regularly. So what we advise, take 1/4 or 1/5 of the quantity of food whichever you are taking regularly. Restrict yourself to 2 meals a day. This is not for everyone. This is for a normal, say, if a person who doesn't have any metabolic disorders. He is on the overweight category or obesity category, but not on the metabolic not with any metabolic disorders. People already having diabetes, then you need to stick on to 2572 formula so that you doesn't get into giddiness or any other hypoglycemic issues. So this is the major segregation. Start the fasting. It is very good. Plenty of religious functions. There are people who fast for whole month. Morning 6 o'clock till evening 6 o'clock they fast, and evening 6 o'clock they break open the fasting and take plenty of say carbs also. Say this even every religion, every custom, every group of people, races have different patterns of fasting, and this fasting helps in reducing the chance for getting cancer also. So insulin is a growth factor, so it increases the cell growth. So more and more carbohydrates itself is a cause for mutation and the oxidative stress. Reduce your give a chance for your body to fast intermittently once in a while, or a fruit day can be a simple 1 day full of fruits only, uncooked food, no carbohydrates, simple fructose only. That will make sure the insulin receptors getting revamped itself, getting rejuvenated itself, and by this way we can maintain our blood sugar levels within the control. See here, hope you understood about the fasting, you understood about the insulin and its role in the carbohydrate mechanism and its role in the weight management also, weight gain also. So now you need to plan yourself with the help of I always say 5 components in weight management. So first and foremost thing is the very important thing for any weight management program is your strict timings. So you need to be focused, you need to be following the strict timing, to make sure, say, if at all you are taking your getting into intermittent fasting, twice daily meal, morning 7 o'clock, evening 7 o'clock, morning 7 o'clock and evening 7 o'clock, 2 meal per day, that's perfect, that's over. And remaining thing, only you need to fill with water. Excuse me, மீட்டிங்ல இருக்காங்க, பேசிட்டு இருக்கேன், இன்னொரு 10 நிமிஷம் கழிச்சு சொல்றேன், டின்னர் சொல்றேன். Sorry for the distraction. Okay. Next is the except for the fasting component. First thing is the strict timings. Second important thing is the water intake. Always, bodies, I have already told you, 60 to 70% of our body is filled with water. So adequate water intake to make sure the hydration is adequate. That will make sure our system, in spite if you are going to take Viber Gold or other supplements, also it will make sure the adequate hydration will make sure the individual ingredients are taken into each and every cells around the body. And adequate hydration is mandatory. Simple plain drinking water is more than enough. And every 15-20 minutes take about 50 to 70 ml. Or if you are in the very high obese category, morbid obesity category, then you need to take a bit extra fluid also, 100 ml every 15 to 20 minutes throughout the day, in the daytime. And this will help you to make sure Viber Golds, the ingredients in the sachet as well as in the capsules, reach loop and corner of your system to make sure it makes the lipolysis happen, shrinks your fat cells, and reduces your weight in an organized manner. Third important thing is the physical activity. Any physical activity, it will increase the leptins, the happy hormones also, and automatically you will be more energetic throughout the day. In the Viber Gold, we have adequate, say ingredients that can increase the burning capabilities. We have the basal metabolic rate increased with the help of say green teas and other stimulants, which we have in the Viber Gold as an ingredient, important ingredient. Say approximately 7 to 10% of basal metabolic rate is increased with the help of Viber Gold. So thereby, even if you are not going to do any workouts, it's going to help you in reducing your weight. But still, physical activity for about 40 minutes to 1 hour minimum per day is mandatory to make sure your hormones are set right. Even if you are in the pre-diabetic stage, your physical activity will make sure the insulin resistance will get opened up and the cells open up for the normal insulins, and thereby helping to reduce the weight faster manner or in the focused manner. And another important thing is the sleep. A person who is on the weight management requires at least about 6 to 7 hours of sleep mandatory in say a continuous manner. It's not into bits and pieces. Even if you're going to work in the night time, make sure you have a continuous sleep for about 6 to 7 hours a day, and that is mandatory while reducing the body weight. So physical activity, adequate water intake, and vitamin D, particularly the sunlight exposure for about 15 minutes a day, will help you to manage the insulin metabolism, insulin hormones function in our body very, very sensitively, very, very precisely. So sunlight exposure is important. And the intermittent fasting, I told you, along with the Viber Gold, and make sure the protein is adequate there, and don't load yourself with protein, excess protein. Whatever, even if you're a vegan, you can go for all grams, pulses. And if you're a non-vegetarian, you can go for, say, chicken, mutton, or beef, or whatever you like. And make sure whenever you go for a protein food, try to restrict the carbohydrate added to that, and that will help you to reduce your body weight. And these are the basic things you need to understand about fasting as well as the insulin, so that you can reduce your weight successfully. And all the best. Great day. Jai Hind, Jai Vivitos.